I've been talking about immigration in my videos a lot lately, and that's because I may be one of the few sources, if not the only, on the topic that you may be exposed to. I was talking to a friend of mine on Skype yesterday, and he was telling me that a lot of his ideologies have changed since he became a nerd fighter, and he didn't even realize it when it happened. I think that's because when you hold a belief and you're not exposed to contrasting ones, it's much more difficult to independently question that belief. When you see how your ideologies work when they're put into action and the effects they have on other people, you may change your mind. Since I myself can act as an example of how immigration laws affect people's lives, then it'd be a shame to not take advantage of a bad situation. As Lauren mentioned last Thursday, Maryland is one of the states that Equality for the Win is focusing on, with both marriage equality and the DREAM Act on the ballot for November 6th. I have a lot to say about both, but I'm going to try to concisely tell you why this Maryland DREAM Act is so important. First and foremost, it will allow undocumented students who graduated from a Maryland high school and whose parents pay taxes to attend college and pay in-state tuition fees. To put that in perspective, I pay about 3 times as much as the average student does for tuition because of out-of-state costs. Us undocumented Americans that are eligible for the DREAM Act are called dreamers by many, including the mainstream media and the president, and aptly so. I was recently interviewed for the Miami Herald on an article about deferred action, and I was asked why undocumented people such as myself should be allowed to work when the unemployment rate is 7.8 nationally. Well, it was 8.1 at the time. I told her that's exactly why we should be allowed to study and work in this country. We are dreamers, and our parents who brought us here may not be eligible for the DREAM Act, but they came here with a dream, seeking opportunity. Studies have shown that immigrants tend to have an entrepreneurial spirit for starting their own business and thus creating American jobs, and I can't deny this is true because my dad owns his own construction company. You may not know this, but it's a pretty sucky time to be a contractor, at least in Florida, because the housing market hasn't been doing very well, even if it's getting better. Yet, my dad has so much work that he actually has to churn some jobs down, and this translates into him having to hire assistants and architects and inspectors, etc., i.e., creating jobs. My dad did all of this without a college degree. Imagine the untapped potential of undocumented students anxious, waiting to be able to work and study. There's already been studies done on the economic benefits of the DREAM Act in Maryland, and they outweigh the potential costs. So please, I urge you, if you are in Maryland, vote for question 4 on the ballot. This may sound a little cheesy, but in the comments below, tell me, what are some dreams that you have? It could be graduating from college or traveling with a doctor. Stay informed, stay awesome, and Lauren, I'll see you on Thursday.